Hello everyone, he's Keto.
And he's Mio.
And we're here to give you a recap on Ms. Marvel Season 1. If you're wanting to watch the finale, just watch the recap until Episode 5, and if you want the whole season, just finish the video. Take it away, Keto.
Episode 1, Generation Y. We are first introduced to Kamala, who we learn idolizes Captain Marvel, almost to the point of obsession. Then we meet her family, who's Muslim, her technologically challenged father, her overprotective mother, and her brother who's going to get married. Then she takes a driver's test. Then she fails the driver's test. Since she can't drive, her parents take her to school. And now we learn that she daydreams and hallucinates quite frequently. When she gets to school, we meet her two friends, Bruno and Nakia. Kamala reveals that she still wants to go to Avengers Con, which is the first of its kind, and she will go despite her parents forbidding her. Gotta give them that costume contest. She and Bruno, we don't talk about him, almost have her costume done, but it needs a finishing touch. Luckily, Kamala's grandmother sends a box of random stuff, including a bangle that goes perfectly with her costume. Perfectly. After going to Avengers Con and being flashed by a bunch of cameras during the cosplay contest, the bangle all of a sudden releases some strange magic, and cartoon physics and mayhem are unleashed. Everyone survives, surprisingly, and she and Bruno rush back to her home, only to find that her mother was waiting for her. And that she knows she snuck out to go to Avengers Con. She scolds Kamala and asks her if she wants to be a good daughter or a cosmic whatever. Kamala chooses cosmic whatever. Via social media, Damage Control sees that there's a superhuman for them to investigate.
Episode 2, Crushed. After all that happened yesterday, Kamala plans with Bruno to practice using her new powers and see what they can do. They found out that everyone is calling the girl with the flashy hands Nightlight, and Kamala hates the name. Kamala gets invited to a pool party later, filled with disgusting teenagers. But one boy is mighty fine, and Kamala instantly falls in love with his body. The cops show up and bust up this cesspool of teenage angst, and the hot boy, whose name is Cameron, offers her and her friend, who we don't talk about, a ride away from the boys in blue.
Miguel, Paul, Nakia, Brian.
The next day, Brian finds out that he has been accepted into a faraway college, and Cameron gives Kamala a driving lesson, and they make goo-goo eyes at each other at a restaurant. They don't order anything. Kamala tries to call her grandmother and ask about the bangle, but that goes nowhere. Damage Control finds out that Nightlight is not white. At a festival, Kamala dresses in her costume and saves a kid from dying by selfie. After she gingerly sets this boy down in a car, her new hot boyfriend with a hot bod drives in with his mom. Hey, wasn't his mom in one of her visions? And they drive into the night.
Episode 3, Exposition. Destin. Flashback to British-occupied India in 1942. These guys, including Najma, Hot Boy's mom, are digging around some rubble until they finally find a blue arm with a bangle attached to it. Then Aisha, the woman we heard ruined Kamala's mother's life, steps in to take the bangle. They apparently need the bangle/bangles, because there should be two, to get back home. Back in the present, Kamala talks to these people who say they and Aisha are from another universe and are called clandestines, or Jinn, and that they specifically were exiled. And now it's time for a new power to be introduced. Noor is naturally in Jinn, but they can't access it to its full potential on Earth. But Kamala can, because she was born on Earth. Presumably. She tells this to Brian. Meanwhile, this lady, who I'm guessing is racist, goes to the mosque where Kamala goes and harasses some people, then leaves. Brian tells Kamala that if she helps the Jinn, things might explode. Kamala tells Hot Boy, but Hot Boy left his phone unlocked and his mother sees that Kamala is hesitant. She then decides to be the villain of the story. Kamala is celebrating her brother's wedding when Cameron tries to warn her, but the wedding is crashed by Najma and her crew. Kamala pulls the fire alarm and the party guests evacuate the building. While Kamala and Hot Boy stay and fight/run away, this Jinn guy beats up this fool to show how strong he is. A fight ensues. Oh yeah, all these bad dudes have their own weapons. Mace, spear, and belt. Brian steps in to try to help out, but gets hit by a chair. Before he's slaughtered though, Cameron steps in and battles the belt whip man with a watch. Kamala helps Brian and they try to escape, but they're cornered again. But wait, racist lady and her officers come in just in time, and Kamala and Brian escape. Nakia finds out about Kamala's powers, but there's no time, so Kamala runs home and refuses to explain things to her parents. Then her grandmother calls and says Kamala needs to go to Karachi, India.
Alright everyone, a quick recap of characters. There's been a lot. Kamala. Brian, Kamala Mama, Kamran, the hot boy, Aisha, the great-grandmother, Najma, hot boy's mom, and the other clandestines, white teenage girl, Kamala's mama's mama, and racist woman, part of damage control. Now we're ready to begin. Episode 4, Seeing Red. Kamala and her mother arrive in Karachi and meet up with Grandma. After chilling with her cousins, she leaves them to go look for the train that she saw in her vision. She puts on a mask for no reason, and then gets sidetracked by some graffiti. Then all of a sudden, this dude, sensing her Noor?
You following me?
I sensed the Noor.
It was like a smell, like tastes like. So I knew something was wrong. I knew something special about it.
Wants to fight her, or kill her, or do something to her, but they end up settling their differences, and he takes her to their Red Dagger hideout. Master Walid tells her that Jinn or clandestine come from another dimension, just like in Shang-Chi, and that there is a veil of energy that separates our worlds, and if the veil is opened, it will destroy our world, or something. Kareem is called the Red Dagger, by the way. The clandestine break out of damage control, easy peasy, and leave Cameron behind because he has a conflict of interest. Kamala talks to her grandmother and eats with Kareem, the Red Dagger guy. Drama with Kamala's mama, training with ugly CGI. Then all of a sudden...
Am I a Red Dagger now?
It suits you.
Walid goes to town on the Jinn that have just invaded the base, and they have a chase scene, and then Walid dies. No, Walid! And kills this guy. At least he took one of them with him. And the fight continues. The Red Dagger man kills this maze man. He's dead. During the fight, Kamal's powers activate and shoot her back in time to the partition. Yes, back in time.
Episode 5, Time and Again. Flashback to Aisha's life, which reveals she is a murderer. She meets a man and has a child. Najma finds her and asks that the portal be activated the next day.
No.
Aisha decides to flee on the partition trains. Najma, feeling betrayed, kills her, and the only way of going back home. Miss Marvel, who is legit sent back in time, finds her dying great-grandmother and helps her grandma find her great-grandpa and get on the train, thus showing something. Kamala returns back to our time, but a Noah wormhole thing has opened. This lady dies trying to go in, and Kamala convinces Najma not to die because Kamran needs her, so she dies anyway to close the thing. Kamran suddenly develops powers like Kamala, via his mother, presumably. He goes to Brian for help, but they're attacked by damage control. Wait, he's not Brian?
Bruno.
Oh my god, I genuinely thought your name was Brian this whole time.
Oh, no, I had noticed the first 4 times.
He's Bruno!
If you're just watching to catch up for the finale, you can stop here. Episode 6, No Normal. Kamala's friends and family now know that she is Nightlight. Her mom whips out a new costume for her, wonder where that came from, and this white woman agent, possibly racist, is tracking down Cameron with his wild new powers and is mildly rude in a mosque. Brian, now once again called Bruno, Kamala, and Cameron meet up in the school to make a plan to delay damage control, or distract them, or something. This girl is there too, and she calls her social media following to gather and protest this injustice, or to attack, one or the other. After a bunch of her friends and family get arrested, Kamala tries to stop Cameron from attacking damage control agents. Kamala gains new powers and saves Cameron to get him to safety. To avoid creating massive plot holes, Bruno tells Kamala that she's a mutant of some kind, which is why the bangle only works for her and not her mother. Bruno decides to go to college far away, and Kamala decides to become a superhero with the support of her family and friends. Miss Marvel will return in The Marvels.
So now you're all caught up with Miss Marvel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you missed anything, comment it down below.
Thank you for watching, and if you can't think of anything else, comment down below, Bangle. Have a blessed day. Bye!